Good evening, everyone. It's Siona from Honouring Me Crochet, and it's Friday night, which means it is crochet and chat time. And today I thought I would talk a little bit about learning to crochet, because starting September, which is only a couple of sleeps away, I'll be putting on my free beginners course for those that want to learn. I've had close to 400 people sign up so far, which I'm pretty excited about. So just thought I'd have a little chat about that. So if you're someone that enjoys crafts and hasn't tried crochet, of course I'm going to recommend it. Hi Carly. If you're someone that likes to keep your hands busy, then I would definitely recommend it. I know I'm that sort of person. I've always got a notepad with me in meetings just so I can draw and scribble and anything else. I just need to keep my hands active. So crochet is good for that. If you're looking for a creative outlet, then that crochet is definitely good for that as well. There's a never-ending supply of creativity with crochet. You're bound to find something that you will like in it. Maybe you're also someone that learned as a kid and hasn't picked up a hook for a long time, something I wish I kind of had learned as a kid, but I did knitting and sewing and other sorts of crafts more as a child, then definitely didn't do crochet. It looked too tricky to me. Or you might even be someone that's like me that used to watch the granny or nana or someone, auntie maybe, that crocheted and just wished that you could do it, because I know they made it look pretty fascinating. And I know I certainly was fascinated by my granny whenever I saw her, and I still have lots of memories of sitting chatting with her while she crocheted a blanket and whatever else she was making at the time, or knitted even. She used to knit a lot too. So I'm just hoping that if you're someone that follows me on my page and hasn't learnt to crochet yet, and if you haven't signed up for the beginners course, then I urge you to do so. Reason that I'm encouraging it, well, for all the benefits alone, but also I'd like people to learn the right way so that you get the full benefits of it. I think there's lots of people I know that have learnt from family or a friend or from YouTube as well. And what I've found just through my workshops is there's a lot of gaps in people's knowledge. You learn in bits and pieces learning that way. So while you can manage a hook and you can crochet, there's other gaps that you've got. So you rely a lot on pattern. Well, you may not even be able to read a pattern. There's lots that can't do that. But you're limiting yourself, and especially if you want a true creative outlet, I don't want you to be limited. So that's why the idea of my lessons are to teach you from the very, very basics from the start, like I did, which was learning firstly how to hold your hook and yarn, because I know when you first start it can feel very, very foreign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I'm just trying this for the first time from my head. I had a desire this morning to make a hexagon granny. I might have to make it. I'm going to try 6 sides. But I'd like you to learn from the bottom up, because sometimes people have started and then they give up because it was too hard. And I think a lot of the time that's because we're jumping too far ahead. So like if you're learning to drive a car, you struggle to start with, you've got to be able to manage steering wheel, and you've got to be able to manage indicator, and you've got to be looking for cars, you've got to be looking for street signs and traffic lights and all sorts. So it's a bit like crochet. You can feel like you've got a million fingers when you first start, and it's not till you master the very basics that you can build on that and learn the rest of the skills. So yeah, so the first thing, I've got the lessons outlined. The first lesson will be to learn how to hold the yarn. As you can see, there's a bit of a skill to it. The whole point to that is to learn to maintain the tension but also you need to be able to control your hook. And just by making a basic chain, if you can master doing that, then you are on your way to mastering the rest of the skills. Because everything that you do to make a chain builds on that to make the other stitches. And then for the other lessons, we build on learning some of the basic stitches, learning how to put them together in rows and rounds. So all of that's going to be covered in the first week. So by the end of that week, you should have a good understanding of the basics. And then moving on from that, the next week we'll start to make some little things so that you can put it together and practice. So I'm quite excited for everyone that, I'm splitting my yarn, for everyone that hasn't learnt yet and wants to learn, or even if you just want to brush up on your skills. I'm pretty sure it's a craft that you won't regret learning. So I know there's some ladies that have signed up that have tried before. So I am pleased that they're willing to try it again, because like anything, we don't always learn it the first time. And if we didn't learn the right way, then it's going to be harder to learn as well. So, yeah, so I'm excited for that. I'm just seeing now if this is actually going to work out the way I intended. It seems to. But I know those that are in my crochet clubhouse as well are a little bit excited, because on Sunday we get a new month's worth of patterns, projects to do, which is always exciting. I know it is for me to create them and then give them. So lots of fun coming up. We got Father's Day here in Australia on Sunday, so I hope you've got something planned. For those of you that still have your dad or your children have something planned. I should probably talk to my children about what we're doing, especially since my husband's watching. Though he's struggling with a bit of a toothache at the moment. He had a tooth out today, so yeah. Going to be a quiet weekend, I think, but a good one. Oh, this is looking cute. It does work. So anyway, I don't really have a lot to say today, but I do hope that if you do join, I'd love to help you succeed in learning to crochet. There is so much that we can get from it, just from the craft itself, but the community that comes with it. You'd be surprised how many people in this world actually do crochet. It still amazes me every day that we still keep finding new people, but it's such a fun little place. And there's so many different types that you're bound to find one type of crochet that you'll fall in love with, whether it's a favourite stitch, favourite pattern, and it's a go anywhere craft. So you'll always have something to do and will never be bored with crochet. Though, and then there's the yarn. It's just so exciting. But anyway, I think I might leave my little crochet and chat there. I have a little bit of fun here. This is actually working. So what I decided this morning, I didn't have time because I decided to finish off my green that I'm using for my granny squares, because I had enough to only make one more after I made my first. And then I just had this idea jump in my head to make a 6-sided granny, which I'm pretty sure has probably been done before, but this is I'm just doing it from the top of my head. And look, I think it's working. Looks like it's got 6 sides. That's so cute. I thought I'd make a nice little coaster, because in my world there's never enough coasters for practicing on. But anyway, so I hope you all have a lovely weekend planned. I've got a hair appointment tomorrow, which I always look forward to. Nothing like getting new hair. It happens a little bit more often now that I've got a little bit of grey in there, but you get that. So yeah. All right, well, I might sign out. Thank you those that did come and join me. If you do want to sign up, I can add a link to this as well, so you can come and get the download for the crochet beginners course, and then come and join my crochet learning corner, which is on my Hooked on Crochet Club Facebook page. There's a lot of people in there, and also subscribe on YouTube, because I will be posting this here, but also the lessons after they've been done in the clubhouse, or the learning corner I should say, I'll post them to YouTube as well, so you can access them there, might be a bit easier to find. But I'm excited to teach everyone. So, and if you have joined already, make sure you've got your hook and your yarn ready to go. A little bit hard to learn to crochet if you don't have that on hand. But there is a lesson in there. I did that a little over a week ago, just to give you a clue as to what sort of hook and yarn, because I know it can be a bit daunting when you first start. There's so many different sizes and shapes and all sorts. And then the yarn to pick from as well. So yeah, so I'm excited. So if you haven't, there is links all over my page, just find it. I'll post it in the comments, and I look forward, if you do join me, to learning some crochet. I promise you won't regret it. All right, have a lovely weekend everyone, and I will be back next week for more Crochet and Chat.